The NFL announced they're going to have a game next season in Brazil.
60 to 75% of the team is going to show up to the game. The rest of the guys are going to get lost. Rio de Janeiro, Yaco Beach. This is a recipe for trouble.
They're saying 10% of the audience will probably come down from the U.S., which tells me 10% of the stadium will be empty because it's going to be dudes telling their girl, I'm going to see an Eagles game, me and the boys, and they're going to be laid up with Brazilian hookers. They're not going to make it to the game.
It's just like these guys that tell their wives they're going on fishing trips and then they go to DR. You know, it's the same concept.
We did the stories on the Super Bowl week mishaps. This is going to put that to shame. I just hope that it's the Eagles versus the Raiders because I want to see the Raiders down there in Brazil.
They should take it on a tour. They should do Brazil, Dominican Republic, Colombia. There might be some kind of deal with the NFL and Passport Bros where they're trying to give permission to married older men to take a nice trip.
Caitlin Clark just eclipsed the all-time NCAA point scoring record.
I was totally unaware of this, bro. The problem is she's so great. She's at Iowa. She's doing. Where does she go after this? She goes to the WNBA. They should just put her in the NBA.
The last few years, I've been more interested, and I know a lot of guys even have been more interested in watching the women's NCAA tournament than the men's. I watched her games last year. I watched all her games. She's remarkable. She's pulling up from all over. So I'm actually happy for her. Next year, I would tune in if like she was going up against Sabrina, who did the 3-point shooting competition against Steph, you know. Jason Tatum was interviewed and he was saying he could see himself as, you know, one of, if not the face of the NBA.
He can. He looks Puerto Rican. He keeps his name clean. He keeps his image clean. So he could Derek Jeter this, you know what I mean? He could Steph Curry this. He's up there as far as talent goes. He's one of the best in the NBA. He just got to go a little harder in the playoffs.
Does he have the personality? Does he have the presence? Like you said, he's got to do something in the playoffs. I think if he wins a championship, he's at a whole nother level. You look at like Anthony Edwards. He's got the personality on top of the talent. The only problem with him is he's playing in a smaller market in Minnesota. Wemby, obviously, I mean, with what he's doing, another guy who's clean cut, very basketball focused. The thing I like about Anthony Edwards, he's funny. He's got more of a personality, you know, and he actually has one of the, if not the most talked about signature shoe in a minute out there.
Like if they want to make Jason Tatum the face of the NBA, they are going to make him, they'll put him in position where he's kissing babies and shaking the president's hand. You know what I mean? They could do that.
Booker's too hated. Zion, he's missed his window. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's playing in Oklahoma City, bro. He's got, you know, the little flavor with what he's wearing and everything else. But Luka is a guy, obviously, but he's not doing all the dunks and all the other stuff. Ja Morant has too many issues. Paolo Banchero, I mean, look, he's a dude that we don't know enough about him, and he's down in Orlando. You've got Halliburton, but man, his jump shot's too ugly, I think. It's got to be Tatum, but he probably needs the ring before they do that. Luka's going to be in that conversation. And I think Anthony Edwards.
It's going to be whoever they choose.
We had Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Luke Longley on their No Bull tour. Pippen has publicly said, yeah, MJ was the greatest ever.
He knows he can't run around saying that MJ's not the best. He can't badmouth him too much. If he turns around and these guys just run around saying how bad Michael Jordan was, people are going to turn that off. They understood what it was. They understood how to win. Now they got to make a couple dollars. So, yeah, I was on the team with Jordan, and he yelled at me. He smacked me. He smacked me in the locker room. Scottie Pippen got other shit to worry about. He's got to reel in. Losses out of control, bro.
This tour was about to go off, and then Larsa and Marcus broke up. It went from Scottie Pippen was going to be bad-mouthing Jordan to Jordan's the greatest. So I think what it actually turned into was, hey, The Last Dance didn't give enough of our perspectives, and we just want to tell our side of it. I don't think it was what people thought it was going to be.
I mean, if that's what it is, just telling their side of it, that's fair.
Dan Marino was asked to give his Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. He said Montana, Elway, Jim Kelly. He didn't put himself in it. He said that's for other people to decide. Then he said Mahomes or Brady.
I mean, Jim Kelly is the reach there.
Think about the other guys that could be on that list, right? You got Brady, Montana, Mahomes. You got Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, and then Elway and even Brett Favre.
Nah, no way. The sports are about winning. Mahomes is a winner. Brady's a winner. Montana's a winner.
That gives you Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, I don't put Favre on that list. And maybe Elway. Who would you put in that fourth spot?
I might have to go Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is just too good.
I'm going Manning. Manning was facing off against Brady and that Patriots team. He could have had multiple Super Bowls had Brady not been there. EA Sports College Football, what they're offering to about 11,000 players, they're going to give them $600 to use their likeness and give them a free copy of the game.
$600? That's not money. That's a Costco trip. EA got to negotiate. Of course, it's convenient to have one flat fee. Yeah, we're gonna give you $600 for everybody. That's convenient for them. If I'm on the bench and I don't play, you might as well take the $600.
They could have tiered this. They could have stepped it up and down. If I'm not a starter, I'm some backup. I'm like, yo, I just want to be in the game. That's the coolest shit of all. With the guys like the Arch Mannings or some of these guys that are stars, they're going to say, yo, we want you to be in the ad. We'll pay you above the $600 to be in the ad, to be the cover athlete, to do promotions locally for us. They're going to get the money that they actually probably rightfully deserve for it.
They also have more power if they just turn down the $600. If all the stars just turn down the $600.